I just want the players to play with a freedom, but also want them to enjoy the football.
Nigel, back to it this weekend after a short period of respite, off to face Derby County. It'll be another tough test for your group.
Yeah, I mean, look, for them, last weekend was very disappointing to confirm their relegation, but I think they've been excellent this season, actually, in terms of how they've dealt with, how the players and staff have dealt with their own predicament. Never know how a situation like that will impact the response from them. So it'll be a tough game, because the game that we won at our place was very, very tight too. So, but I want our players to go and continue with the positive type of performances that we've had in the last two games as much as anything.
Touching it there, those performances have been really positive, especially at the back, very compact in defence, which must be really pleasing for you.
Well, it's pleasing for me and everybody else, I think, because we've defended much better as a team, and we've limited mistakes, or have made fewer mistakes, and I think that's something which you can only be successful if you've got a solid foundation. So yeah, there have been some better performances defensively, but as a team in the last two games in particular, we've been, we've done what we've talked about doing, and the players have actually really shown an awful lot of commitment, and that's a very pleasing thing for me.
And those results, they kind of give the group a renewed energy, don't they, as you go into the back end of the last block?
Yeah, in many ways, because I think I said to you that and said in the media that we'd stumble over the line somehow, but we haven't done that. We've been able to get results which have made sure that our status in the Championship was clarified, and on top of that, we've performed with some drive as well, and some real commitment. And I think for the last three games now, we do need to continue with those types of qualities as much as anything, because we owe it to ourselves as much as anything. So now we're preparing for next season, even though we're still within this season.
Spoke about the tough test of Derby itself, but Pride Park will be packed out, as it has been all year.
Yeah.
They'll have their shackles off a bit as well, because obviously their relegation has been confirmed. So
yeah,
it's going to be a difficult afternoon.
Well, look, they're a big club, and I've worked there myself, only for a short amount of time, but they've got a very, very loyal fan base, and they've been well supported this season as well, even in really difficult times. So I feel for their fan base, I've got to be honest with you, because they've always supported their club with an awful lot of commitment, and it is a difficult experience for them, but I think they'll bounce back straight away, actually. So maybe Wayne's way of looking at it will be that they're preparing for next season as well. So, however the game goes, we've got two teams who have the ability to perform well, and both have the opportunity to perform without, I suppose, other pressures, external pressures. Now that in itself, hopefully it will make for a good game of football.
And looking ahead, obviously with team news, how fresh injury concerns will start, how are Antoine Semenyo and Jay Da Silva?
Antoine, I think, will be fine. Jay, a question mark over at the moment, but I'm not going to rule him out until the last moment. He's been one of our more consistent players over maybe 3-4 months now. So he's been one of our better performers, even in the more difficult moments. But I certainly won't risk him if there is any sort of a doubt. Apart from that, we're making progress. Obviously, Andy King's back in the squad, was last week. George Tanner may even come into the reckoning this weekend too. And Joe Williams will be back in there for contention to be selected. So Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the availability is for this weekend, and hopefully we can get another good performance. And it would be good to get over the 50-point mark, and if we can get another win, that would be very, very good for us.
Another one of the players who's been coming, Callum O'Dowda, how is he?
Yeah, I mean,
on?
Callum's been training regularly now with the first team for a couple of weeks, so there is potential for him to be available as well. We'll see.
Good. And then these last 3 games, what's
Yeah.
going to be the main focus for your group?
To get as many points as we can. I just want the players to play with a freedom, but also I want them to enjoy the football. But I also want it to be competitive too. I want them to be to realise that if they're in the side, that it's an important factor that they are in the side. I want them to try and stay there.